Hi everybody, this is Dalzell. I built Microsoft's talent marketplace. Blimey, that sounds like a very bold statement for someone that perhaps you've never met before to make. Truth is, I wasn't the only person who worked on building out Microsoft Talent Marketplace. I partnered with Microsoft for about a decade. And through that period of time, I was involved in building out some of the core pillars of their talent marketplace. What we think of as talent marketplaces today. I mean, 10 years ago, nobody had even invented the word talent marketplace. Well, at least, I don't know, maybe they had, but it wasn't something that was as familiar as it is today. Through this period of time, I learned a ton of lessons, a lot of insights about how to build successful talent marketplaces. And the purpose of this video is for me to share these lessons that I've learned. I've learned six, I would say, core lessons around the things that really make talent marketplaces successful and things that really don't. You know, where should we invest our time? What are the types of capabilities we should really invest into to be successful versus things that we really shouldn't be thinking about, at least prioritizing. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you right up front is that the most successful talent marketplaces are powered by AI today. They are powered by AI. And so AI is embedded into each of the six lessons that I'm going to take you through. And at the end of the video, I've got kind of a final lesson, call it a seventh lesson. And we'll have the Magnificent Seven, the seventh lesson at the end. It's the biggest one. And you'll say, well, this is kind of a YouTube trick, isn't it, Alan? You know, get us to watch a video all the way through to the end, and then, you know, you've got this whole big final lesson that you want us to hear about. And there is some truth in that. There is some truth in that. But that seventh lesson really is valuable. It's going to be insightful for you. So, you know, please stick with me, and we'll get to it. Lesson number one, democratization of opportunity. I think this is probably the fundamental element of any successful talent marketplace today, because there's got to be this democratization of opportunity taking place. Opportunities from all across the organization have to be visible and accessible to all employees in one place. Call it the portal of opportunity, if you like. I refer to it as a career playground. It's just the way I think about it. It's a career playground because career playgrounds are, you know, really visible. They're really accessible. Everyone can get in there and play. You know, we can play with our careers. Why not? Let's let our employees play. Let's let them have some fun. But AI enables us to build an ecosystem of opportunity for employees, for all employees. And I'm talking about roles, I'm talking about jobs, I'm talking about projects, I'm talking about gigs. All available for employees to have, you know, visibility to and access to in one place. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to show you Career Playground. I'm going to show you Career Playground because Career Playground is the talent marketplace that I built. You know, I built it as a result of all the lessons that I've learned, all the things I'm going to take you through. I built it. And this is what it looks like. There's this one place where all employees can go, and it's called a career playground. But we start with career board. Every employee gets a career board, and career board is broken out into two pieces: the career playground piece, which I'll talk about in a second, and then your career pathway. Now, on the career playground, the AI generates all of the roles, all of the projects, all of the gigs that are available across your organization, and it presents them to employees in the form of a career playground. And it categorizes all of these roles, all these projects, all of these gigs. You can see, you know, here's the categories across the top here. And then within each category are all of the roles, all of the projects, all of the gigs. So the AI goes out, it finds all of the roles, finds all of the potential projects, and it generates this career playground. It does it because it knows your company type, it knows the industry you're in, and it builds it for you. It does 80% of the work for you. You know, the heavy lifting is done by the AI. Of course, as an organization, you can add roles, project gigs if you need to, you can add them. You know, there's an admin capability, so you can add them. You can change the descriptions. You can change the titles so that the titles map to align to your taxonomy. You can do all of that. But the AI is doing the heavy lifting work for you. The AI is also prioritizing. It's guiding employees towards those roles, look, at the top of each of the categories that have the biggest impact upon performance of your business. And that's kind of cool because it means that you can guide employees towards those roles that have the highest impact. And employees themselves want to be doing high impact work. So it's a great match. It's a great match. And this can happen because of AI. AI generates the career playground, it categorizes all the roles, and it even prioritizes them. And what sits behind each one of these tiles, by the way, each one of these tiles, are all of the skills associated. We'll get onto that, and I'll show you that as we go through the video. Now, because of this, it means that what employers can do is that they can look across the career playground and they can move roles over, look, onto their career pathway. They can create a career pathway of roles. And the career pathway is broken out by your now role, your next role, and your dream role. Every employee can create a career pathway literally by dragging and dropping roles, projects, gigs from the career playground over onto their career pathway. You know, this is kind of a blend between the machine doing the heavy lifting work and the human, you know, coming in and adding that creative layer saying, hey, you know, for me, you know, my ideal career pathway looks like this. My dream role looks like this. And they build it for themselves. But of course, because of AI, we can go further than this, can't we? We can go further. And employers can go up on the toolbar here. They can click on the AI icon called your dream career icon up there. And that enables them to generate their career pathway. And this is my second lesson. Because the very best talent marketplace enable employees to build their career pathways, generate them. And AI gives us the power to enable our employees to generate career pathways automatically. Let me show you how this works. So I'm on my career playground here, and the AI has picked up my now role. I'm a data analyst. And now what I can do is I can drag over my dream role, look, into the dream role portion of my career pathway. And all I need to do is click on view down here, bottom left. I click on view. And the AI will literally go out and it will generate a career pathway, just like this. Here's my now role, generate from data analyst to becoming a data scientist. And it makes suggestions of potential moves, you know, along my career pathway, that these are moves that are going to best prepare me for becoming a data scientist. It doesn't mean to say that every single move is a move that I absolutely must, you know, consider, but it suggests this career pathway for me from being a data analyst to becoming a data scientist. And it'll even do more than that because look, it provides you with some analytics here. It's providing me with a view of the percentage of skills on a role-by-role basis that are helping me prepare to become a data scientist. You know, for example, let me show you this. For example, look, in the role of data analyst 2, 52% of the skills are the skills that I will need to be successful as a data scientist. 52%. 52%. And that's really helpful because not only does the AI present me with the percentage of skills on a role by role basis, but it also enables me to view this progressively. Progressively, look, this is what this looks like. I can now see progressively what percentage of skills I'm developing to prepare me for becoming a data scientist. I can see. By the time I get to quantitative analyst, I've accumulated 92% of the skills required to become a data scientist. So I know that this career pathway is going to take me to becoming a data scientist. It's a great career pathway for me if my dream role is data scientist. And of course, as I progress through, I can start to share this career pathway to hiring managers. And hiring managers will be extremely impressed to see the type of thought that's gone into you building out, your career pathway. Here's where I want to go. These are the steps that I'm taking towards becoming, a data scientist. This is where I'm at. This is why this next role is so important to me. These are the types of skills that I'm looking to develop. Very, very powerful as the basis for sharing with a hiring manager the reasons why you're going to be a great candidate for that job. But the AI does more than this, because up here you'll notice there's a toolbar here. And what the AI enables you to do is to build career pathways that are, if you are, let's say you're climbing the corporate ladder, climbing the ladder, it will build for you a ladder-based pathway. But alternatively, let's say you want to just stay in the same job family. Maybe you want to stay in the same technical job family, and it will build you a career pathway that enables you to stay in the family. Or let's say that you want to pivot to something completely new. AI is having a big impact upon, my function of the business, my role. And, I know one of the things I need to be thinking about is, new career pathway opportunities. So I want to pivot to something new. And so for those organizations where internal mobility is becoming, a top priority, you want to be able to provide your employees with internal mobility, tools and ways that employees can start to think about completely new career pathways that are emerging as a result of AI. Then the AI itself will actually present your employees with these new career pathways. Now, another thing to note here is that some of these roles, might be available inside of the company, but maybe some of them might also be available outside of the company, inside, outside. And I think, and I know this is going to be another bold statement for me to make, I think we're becoming much more comfortable with that. We're becoming much more comfortable and confident with the fact that we want to present our employees with opportunities that might lead them, towards new career pathways inside and maybe even outside of the company, on the basis that we want to do the things that are, the right thing for our employees. And our employees will see this. And our employees will say, this is one of the reasons why I love this company, because they're rethinking about my future. They're thinking about me as a human. I think this demonstrates the power of AI and the types of new capabilities that AI is enabling, for us to make available to our employees, and the potential, employee satisfaction, positivity, positive results that we're going to see in our employee satisfaction scores as a result. Or let me know what you think about this. I'd love to hear your comments. So, please share with me what you think. I'd love to hear. All right, lesson 3. We've done democratization of opportunity. We've talked about new career pathways, but new career pathways then leads to the need for us to think about upskilling and reskilling our workforce, our employees. If employees are going after new career, opportunities, then there's going to be a need for upskilling and reskilling. So the best talent marketplace connect these things together. They connect career with skills. Let me show you how this works. Let me show you how this works. Again, I'm using our career playground, my career playground talent marketplace application to demonstrate. And what you're seeing here is a skills board. Now, let me just go back here. Let me get my pointer going here. This is a skills board. Remember, in the previous example, we were working on a career board, career playground, your career pathway. Now we're working on skills board. And what happens on skills board is a consequence of that career pathway getting built by the employee. They can then move that career pathway over onto their skills board. And it appears on their skills board, look, there's tabs on their skills board, tabs. So I can see data analyst, my now role, junior data scientist, my next move, and data scientist being my dream role. And because of AI, all of the skills associated with each of these roles get generated. The skills get generated, the skills get, once again, they get categorized, into logical groupings by the AI. And not only does the AI group them, but the AI also prioritizes the skills based upon the importance of skills to the success of this person in this role. These are the skills that have the biggest impact upon success in this role, the skills that appear at the top of the categories, the dark purple, the purple-based skills. The AI is guiding employees towards considering to prioritize these skills. And the reason why I think this is, so beneficial to employees, because employees always have, a myriad of different skills that they could choose to work on for development purposes. 20, 30, 40, 50 skills that they could think about. And of course, they have to prioritize. So how do they know which skills are going to be most important for success in the role that they're doing? Well, here the AI is guiding them. And it means that what employees can do here, what employees can do, is once again, they can literally drag and drop skills across. You can see I've moved 2 skills over here that are the highest priority skills over into my priorities column. This is my priorities column over here on the left-hand side on my skills board. And I've moved over critical thinking and data storytelling for the role of being a data analyst. These are 2 skills that are really important in this role. And there are other purple skills here that I could move across as well if I wanted to. And the way to think about this is that these are the skills that I'm going to focus on prioritizing through this next skilling period. So I might have 3 this period, 3 next period, 3 the next period of that, such that eventually through a 1 or 2 year cycle, I've become an expert in all of these skills, all of these important skills that drive success in the role of being a data analyst. And if I wanted to start to choose skills in my next move, junior data scientist, or even develop skills associated with becoming a data scientist, my dream role, I could do that too. I could drag and drop those skills over. And this is unique because this means that employers can not only build skills associated with a current role, but they can also start to prepare themselves for next and even for their dream roles, all because of AI, all because of AI. Now there's another tab over here called Dream Skills. What's this all about? This is all about your organization's DNA. This is all about your organization's culture. These are the superset skills, as I refer to them. These are the skills that sit above the role, above the career pathway, are in a superset of skills that drive the DNA, the unique DNA for your organization, the culture for your organization, the unique culture you're trying to build for your organization. These are the skills that enable it. Maybe there's a group of them, 5, 10 skills that you have identified as the skills that really drive our culture. And we want every employee in our organization to master these skills, to become expert in these skills. So these skills sit up here on our skills board as our superset group, or as I refer to them as your dream skills for your organization, because you dream that every employee becomes an expert in these skills because it's going to accelerate your culture towards where you want it to be, to grow your culture, build your culture. Now, because of AI, it means that we can move to lesson 4. Lesson 4. Because the next step is to link skills with learning. So we've kind of linked, career pathways with upskilling, reskilling. Now we're linking skilling with great learning, because we want to provide our employees with the very best learning experiences. So what happens here, what happens here is that when I click on a little icon on the tile that I was just showing you, say the data storytelling skill tile, it generates for me a personalized learning management system. It builds a personalized learning journey for me. It presents to me all of the courses, the TED Talks, the articles, and listed down here, the master classes that are going to help me become an expert in data storytelling. Because this is a skill that I've prioritized. It's one of the most important skills in the role that I'm currently doing this along my career pathway. And the AI builds these carousels of courses, of talks, of articles. And as you go left to right, for example, the courses that appear here are the highest impact courses. What does highest impact mean? It means these are the highest regarded courses across all of the content providers: Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning. It even presents, premium courses and free courses as well, which really can help with the economics of all the learning we need to do for all of our employees. If you can share with them, really great free courses, really great free masterclasses. You can even upload your own, courses, your own content, and, your own organization's content will appear for your employees under a tab called your resources here. You can do that too. But because of AI, we can go further. Because of AI, we can present employees with experiences, suggested experiences. These are the on-the-job type of experiences that we know are so important for employees. Often they can be even more important than some of the, the courses and the articles and the master classes. Getting those on-the-job experiences accelerate skill development. For example, here, the skill in the background here, you can see critical thinking is the skill. And here the AI is suggesting, an interactive workshop around problem solving. It's suggesting an e-learning course on logic and augmentation. It's suggesting a reading assignment on critical thinking with some selected books and articles. It's suggesting attending a peer-led hackathon, where you're brainstorming ideas with colleagues. It's suggesting a presentation and feedback sessions focused around some of the most relevant topics and concepts that you've learned. And it provides you with, suggested resources that can support these experiences as well. So not only does the AI provide those great resources, but it also suggests on-the-job experiences, bringing those two things together. And it does that at the individual skill level. The skills that have been prioritized by this person for their development through this next skilling period. Does all of this. And these experiences get added to a little action plan that rolls up into something called a skill plan. I'm going to talk about that as we move forwards in one of the next lessons. All right, what do you think about this? Let me know your comments, below. I'd love to get your feedback on this. What do you think about, resources like this, both the traditional resources from the content providers and also these suggested experiences on job experiences? What do you think about it? All right, lesson 5. And this might surprise you in the context of a talent marketplace, but this lesson is all about something that I refer to as a skills inventory. A skills inventory. What's skills inventory all about? Skills inventory is all about giving employees the ability for them to complete a self-assessment, of the work that they're doing in developing some of these important skills. And managers can complete that manager assessment. Managers can provide their perspective. So you get the individual team member perspective, alongside the perspectives from the manager. And when you bring those two things together, you get a rich view of data for employees about where they are in their journey towards becoming expert in these really important skills. You get the analytics. These analytics can be shared between employees and managers, so they can be shared at that kind of team level. They could be shared aggregated up to be shared at the business unit level and aggregated right up for the organization as a whole, so the organization can see what are some of the most, significant skill gaps that we have. Where should we be investing our valuable, development dollars around developing, what skills, and how are we doing against, our competitors out there in the marketplace. Now, the AI enables skills inventory because the AI creates the skill profiles for all of the roles. And it's the skill profile that becomes the basis for the skills inventory, the skill assessments that employees do, that managers provide their perspectives on. Let me show you how this works. This is a view of a completed skills assessment. You can see skill priorities have been moved over onto the left-hand side, but I want to focus on the colors because the colors get generated as a result of the assessment by the employee. And the AI is kind of creating this picture. Colors tell the story of where an employee should be thinking about prioritizing their skill development time. Let me show you how this works. Red skills are skills that are just not going to be important for this employee through this next period of time. It's just not going to be that important based upon what the goals are for this employee. Amber skills are new skills. They're emerging skills. They're skills whereby the employee should be investing some of their skilling time through this next period, amber skills. Green skills, look, are the most important skills. Green skills are the most important skills. These are the skills that are really going to accelerate this employee's development through this next period. Light purple skills are skills where the employee is close to mastering these skills. It's that final push. It's that, last mile of effort for the employee towards becoming an expert, towards becoming an expert with these skills and become an expert. And when an employee goes purple, with all these skills, that's what we refer to as going purple. When an employee goes purple, that means they've become an expert in this role. They've become an expert in this role. And they're ready to do two important things. For these skills that they've become an expert in, they are ready to model these skills for others, for others. And what's happening here is that in the background, the AI is matching. It's matching. It's matching employees who have mastered skills with other employees who, for them, these skills are green skills or amber skills. It brings employees together. Let me say that again. It brings together employees who have mastered skills, they're expert in a skill, with employees who, for them, looking to accelerate their development around these skills. These are green skills or amber skills. It matches them together. It brings together. It makes these important mentor-mentee connections. It builds these relationships. The AI is doing this in the background. It's amazing to behold that because of AI, we can match our employees together like we've never been able to do before. Now, another thing that's going on here is that if this employee has gone purple with their skill profile for this role, all of these skills are purple, it means something really important. It means that they are ready to take on their next challenge. So we can aggregate all this data up so that we can see who are the employees that are ready for their next challenge. And based upon the skills that they are expert in, what are the most significant challenges that we could match them to? So we can match jobs with employees who are best positioned based upon their skill sets to be successful with these jobs. Because of the AI is doing this work in the background. It's matching. All right, tell me what you think about this. Is this something that you find interesting? What are your comments about this matching? The whole idea of skills inventory. I'd love to get your feedback on it. Tell me what you think about it. All right, the final lesson, lesson 6, skill plans with manager suggestions. Now, what comes out of all of this, what comes out of the democratization, what comes out of career pathways, what comes out of upskilling, reskilling, and building your learning plan, and then completing your skills inventory, what comes out of all of this is a skills plan. Every single employee gets a skills plan. And the skills plan is based upon their career pathway and it's based upon their skill priorities. And it identifies, their resources that they're going to focus on helping to develop, and importantly, those on-the-job experiences. It's all mapped, and it all gets nicely generated in the form of a skills plan like this. And I've got some, some data at the top here, and then I've got my experiences look for each one of the skills that I'm prioritizing. It lists out the experiences, and it gives me start date, due date, and I can review progress. And the other thing that's really cool about skill plans is that managers can come in, managers can see their team members' skill plans, and managers can make suggestions. In actual fact, managers can make suggestions around career moves, and managers can make suggestions around skill priorities, and managers can make suggestions around resources and experiences. And those suggestions will show up for team members in their skill plans. These are the moves that I think might be best for you. These are the skill priorities that I would suggest you consider. And these are courses that I would recommend you take, or resources that I think are going to be really helpful to you. These are the experiences that I would encourage you to consider. And these are the mentors that I would suggest that you connect with. All of those suggestions from managers can get embedded into a skill plan. And that embedding, if you like, takes place in what we refer to as or I've referred to as a connect, whereby the team member and the manager come together and they connect. And the basis for that connection, that one-on-one, that coaching is the skill plan. They go through the skill plan. Here's where I am with my career moves. Here's where I am with my skill priorities for this next period. And the manager makes suggestions. And the team member can make some updates to the skill plan. And they sync together on the plan. And then they can track the progress against that plan, through the forthcoming quarter and quarters. So skill plan becomes an incredibly useful tool to help, employees manage their progress towards achieving, their priorities and goals in their plans. Now, here's the result of all of this. That I wanted to share with you. At Microsoft, they achieved their highest ever employee satisfaction score of 87%. 87% of employees agreed with the statement below. My manager cares about my career. 87% of employees were satisfied with their managers when they were asked, does your manager demonstrate to you that they care about my career? 87% of employees said that their manager demonstrates them they care about their careers. This is such an important metric because we know that if the organization is demonstrating to their employees that they care about their futures, care about their careers, their employees will stay longer and their employees will be more satisfied. Your employees will stay longer and your employees will be more satisfied. This showed up in the employee sat survey. For those teams and managers that were actively accessing and using the talent marketplace, 87%. That's historically high. And by the way, an interesting footnote to the 87% is that this survey actually was carried out through the period of COVID. Yeah, through the period of COVID, towards the latter end of that period. Where there was a lot of kind of remote work going on, and so, it was easy for employees to feel disconnected. But no, because of the talent marketplace, employees were feeling quite the opposite, actually more connected to their managers because, the platform was enabling managers to demonstrate through things like skill plans that they care about their team members' careers. 87%. All right. The final lesson. I've been through democratization of opportunity. I've talked about internal mobility, new career pathways. I've talked about skill prioritization, upskilling, reskilling, learning, and the importance of experiences on the job. I've talked about skills inventory and how that works and helps provide the analytics. I talked about skill plans. Skill plans bring everything together, help managers, really show up for their team members around their careers and their skill development with suggestions. But my final lesson is this, that the best talent marketplaces connect all of these pieces together. These pieces don't, act independently from one another. They're connected. There's one place to go. That one place helps you get access to new career pathway opportunities, which helps you get access to the ability to, prioritize your skill development, which gives you access to great learning, great on-the-job experiences, which gives you the ability to start to track, how you're doing, using skills inventory. And all of that gets rolled up into your skill plan that you can then use as the basis for your one-on-one with your manager. You can use it as the basis for your performance review, that developmental portion of your performance review, as the basis for sharing that with, new hiring managers around, what have you been doing to position yourself for this new role that you are interested in. Everything is connected. And the more you can connect these things together, these pillars together, the more successful you will be. You will build a more successful talent marketplace for your organization. And you might have your own talent marketplace that you're already investing in and you're looking to make further investments in 2025. And if you don't, then you can consider mine, Career Playground, which brings all of these elements together. And the basis for this is all the lessons that I learned in my decade-long partnership with Microsoft. Look, I built Microsoft's. I can help you build yours. I'd be delighted to help you build yours. You can get more information on me at dowsel.ai, dowzl.ai, dowsel.ai. I'd love to get your comments below. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'm just going to leave you with one, final statement that opportunity is not a secret handshake. It's just not a secret handshake anymore. Opportunity for all your employees is just a click away. It's just a click away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.